Saint John Baptist de la Salle, the Great Educator. April 7. Introduction. Welcome to our channel. Today we will explore the life of the great saint, Saint John Baptist de la Salle, who dedicated his entire life to education, especially for poor children. Let's delve into his inspiring journey and the invaluable lesson he left for us. Saint John Baptist de la Salle, 1651–1790, was one of the greatest educational reformers in the history of the Catholic Church. He was the founder of the Institute of the Brother of the Kitchen School, a religious congregation devoted education with heart of profound global impact, childhood and divine calling. John Baptist de la Salle was born on April 13, 1651, in Reims, France, into a noble family. From an early age, he received an excellent education and showed strong inclination towards religious life. As the eldest son of a wealthy family, he had a promising future. However, tragedy struck when his parents passed away while he was still young, placing the responsibility of the family on his shoulders. Despite his family obligation, he persevered his priestly calling and was ordained in 1678. Once again, God placed a greater mission before him, the education of poor children. He could not ignore the sign of homeless children who had no access to education and were abandoned by society. Commitment to education. Realizing that poor children lack access to quality education, Saint John renounced his noble status and dedicated himself to helping teachers and establishing free schools for the underprivileged. He chose to live humbly among his fellow brothers, sharing their hardship. He not only taught children but also trained teachers, guiding them not only in knowledge but also in the art of educating with love and patience. He introduced pioneering educational reform, such as teaching in the native languages instead of Latin, using practical teaching methods, and organizing classes based on proficiency rather than age. Heartwarming story about Saint John Baptist de la Salle. Heartwarming story about Saint John Baptist de la Salle sacrificing for the poor. When he decided to open free school for children, many society opposed him, believing that education should be reserved for the nobility. However, he remained steadfast in his mission, even sharing his personal possessions to sustain in the school. Once, during a great famine, instead of keeping the little money he had, he used it to feed his teacher and student service. At one point, when the teacher of the Christian brother was struggling with food shortages, Saint John gave up his own meal for them and said, God will always provide for us, just in Him. This act not only strengthened the teacher's faith, but also taught them that education is not just about imparting knowledge, but also about sacrifice and love. The story of a troubled student. There was one, a very mischievous student who regularly caused trouble and was abandoned by many teachers. However, Saint John never gave up on him. With patience and love, he guided the boy. One day the boy was caught stealing bread from the kitchen. Instead of punishing him, Saint John gently asked, "Are you hungry?" Then he handed the boy a piece of bread and said, "Next time, if you are hungry, come to me." This act of kindness transformed the boy, and he later became one of the most outstanding teachers in the congregation. Patience in the face of persecution. Once Saint John was publicly humiliated by those who opposed education for poor children. They threw stones at him as he walked through the streets. Instead of retaliating or getting angry, he calmly knelt down and prayed for his persecutors. His patience and forgiveness touched many hearts, and some of his former adversaries later became strong supporters of his educational mission. Caring for every student. One day, a poor student arrived at school wearing tattered clothes. Ashamed, a boy wanted to leave. When Saint John learned of this, he called the boy into his office, gently handed him a new set of clothes, and said, "God loves you, and here we love you too." His kindness, his kindness and concern gave the boy the confidence to continue his education. Contribute to educational reform. Saint John Baptist de la Salle established modern schools with effective teaching methods that focus not only on academic but also on character development. Founding up the brother of the Christian school. This religious order consisted of considerate laymen committed to teaching and forming young minds. Teacher training programs. He emphasized the training of dedicated, ethical, and skilled teachings, laying the foundation for modern teacher education. Scientific classroom organization. Before his time, students were often taught individually, but he introduced structures, classes based on proficiency level, making learning more effective. Conclusion. The life of Saint John Baptist de la Salle is a powerful testament to charity, sacrifice, and unwavering faith in God. He transformed the lives of countless poor children and laid the foundation for a human and modern educational system. May the lesson from his life inspire us in our journey of education and service to others. Thank you for watching. If you found this video meaningful, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel so you won't miss more inspiring stories. See you next time.